This is going to be a really practical, straight to the point guide on how we can actually be consistent at doing positive things. Anyway, I broke a 39 days pull-ups streak, and on this video we are going to be exploring the things that we can actually learn from my mistake, right? This is December 16th, 2024, and this is going to be the 169 of consistently helping people build consistency. Hi, my name is Laksana, just an average person who's struggling and been documenting my own consistency journey online for hundreds of days, and I'm here to share practical advices, practical guides on how can I actually be consistent at doing things, right? But firstly, I want to say thank you. Thank you for actually caring about your life, because if you actually want to change your life to the better, through implementing some positive things consistently, I actually really do appreciate that, okay? So you know what, in this video I'm going to be giving some context about my pull-ups streak, right? And then I'm going to be explaining why it's effective, right? Why it's effective, or why, like, if it's not effective, I'm not going to be able to like reach 39 days streak, right? And secondly, I will also going to be explaining what's the thing that we can actually learn and fix in the future, right? So here's the thing. I started a series called doing daily 10 consecutive pull-ups every single day. And basically I just record myself doing my pull-ups, right? 10 consecutive pull-ups, right? It's really specific, it's pull-ups, and it's 10 consecutive pull-ups, right? And I upload it on YouTube every single day, right? But, everything goes well, right? But one day, I got sick, right? And you know what? Doing 10 consecutive pull-ups is pretty impossible when I'm sick, right? Because, doing 10 consecutive pull-ups is pretty hard for me, right? So that day, on day 40, I didn't do my pull-ups. And yeah, basically, that's the end of the streak, right? And I'm not continuing doing the pull-ups anymore, right? But, I still have some ongoing exercising series of me doing morning push-ups every single day. You can check it out on my Instagram, right? But anyways, what can we actually learn from this thing, right? Firstly, why it's effective, right? Why it's good, right? Firstly, it's really specific and measurable, right? I make it really specific and measurable. Pull-ups, 10 pull-ups every single day. 10 consecutive pull-ups every single day, right? So why it's really important that we make things that we are going to be doing really clear, right? Because notice that most of us, right, when we're trying to be consistent at doing something, we only say that, oh, you know what, I'm going to be exercising every single day. I'm going to be studying every single day. Notice that this is really, really unclear. I mean, like, what type of studying that we're going to be doing? How many minutes we're going to be spending our time doing the studying every single day? When are we going to be doing the studying, blah, 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 right? When I just frame it this way, right, 10 consecutive pull-ups every single day, I don't have to spend the mental energy anymore, the time anymore to decide what type of exercise and how much exercise I'm going to be doing in that particular day, right? Because it's really clear, right? I don't have to do all the mental activity anymore, right? Because notice that we tend to spend so much thinking, right? So much thinking of what is the thing that we're going to be doing, we end up procrastinating to do the thing. Right? We always say that. Maybe like we even say, you know what, I'm just going to be doing it tomorrow, right? We don't want that to happen, right? That's one thing. And secondly, when I just frame it really clear like this, right? I can actually feel like a sense of, personal daily achievement, right? I set the goal of doing 10 consecutive pull-ups every single day. I actually did the 10 consecutive pull-ups, right, that day. I can actually say, you know what, I've done my thing, right? So that's, that sense of actually fulfilling our daily target every single day could build the confidence to actually be consistent, right? I'm a consistent person because I consistently do the goal that I say that I'm going to be doing, right? Okay, like some of you guys might argue that, oh, but if you only do like pull-ups every single day, there's no time to rest your muscles, right? Well, actually, you're pretty right? We could actually make a variation of, maybe like, oh yeah, we still make it really clear and measurable, right? But we can make some variation, right? Maybe like, okay, Monday I'm gonna be doing 10 pull-ups, and then Tuesday I'm gonna be doing like 10 minutes of running, and then like Wednesday I'm gonna be doing, maybe like, what do you say? Like 10 sit-ups, right? Something like that, right? So we still make it clear, but now it got variation, right? Okay, but anyways, that's why it's effective, right? The second reason why this method of building consistency is effective is that because I implement a strict system, right? So here's the thing: when you implement a strict system, right, we're gonna have a psychological attachment, not wanting to lose this streak, right? Especially when the streak is posted publicly online, right? I'm not saying that you need to be uploading your daily habit online, right? Because maybe like you don't like to like strangers looking at you doing the exercise and saying, right, that's really understandable, right? You can still post it online, but you know, you don't necessarily have to make it public. Maybe like you can just like create a new account, new YouTube account or new Instagram account. So like it's a pretty private account where you document your exercise and things, right? And the ones that could watch your videos are only your select few friends, right? So when I just frame it this way, I'm gonna be having some attachment to this streak, right? I'm not going to be wanting to lose the streak, right? I don't want to go to day 0 again, right? Okay, because if just like one day I don't do the thing, right, this rate is going to reset to 0 again, right? So it's going to be something like this, right? You know what? Some of the days I'm gonna be feeling like, oh, you know what? Doing 10 pull-ups, doing 10 consecutive pull-ups sucks. But it's gonna be suck even more if I lose the streak that I've been consistently building, right? So it's like, oh yeah, doing this suck, but it's even more suck to lose the streak. I'm gonna be doing the thing anyway because it's less suck, right? So that's why this is really effective. Okay, and then moving on, I'm gonna be explaining why is the bad thing, what are the bad parts of this system. Okay, so the mistakes that I created on this system, right? Firstly, the mistake that I did in this system is that firstly I set the bare minimum, the minimum daily target way too high, right? As I've said before, doing 10 daily consecutive pull-ups for me is really, really hard, right? It's really hard. For me, right? I don't know for you, right? But for me, it's really hard, right? So, you know what? This is going to be problematic on the days when, as I've said before, when I'm sick, right? When I'm sick, it's impossible for me to do 10 consecutive pull-ups. Even it could be dangerous, right? It could be counterproductive, right? If I, push myself way too hard and then like I got even more sick, right? So that's one of the biggest problem of this method, right? And what happened when I cannot do the bare minimum, right? I'm gonna be losing the streak, right? I'm gonna be losing the streak, right? So like going to day 0 again, right? So the thing that I could fix is that I'm just gonna be changing the title into consistently doing some daily push-ups every single day, right? So it's still specific, right? Doing pull-ups, but it's not necessarily measurable, okay? But it's still pretty measurable, but like changing the wording into some, meaning that like on the days when I'm sick, I could have just like done like one pull-ups and call it a day, right? And not push myself and not pushing myself way too hard, right? Or even like on the days when I'm really sick, maybe like I could just like do some assisted pull-ups, right? Maybe like some beginner pull-ups, right? And still maintain the streak, right? So, well, yes, there are trade-off, right? Right? Like we cannot necessarily track the how many pull-ups we have every single day, right? Even that we document it on social media, alright, it's still gonna be like pretty hard to keep on track on how many days we do the thing every single day, right? But maybe like if we want to track it, we can go, but again, it's going to be pretty hard. And you know what? There are going to be trade-off, right? Or you know what? The second reason why it's bad is that because in this method I am not specifying on what time of the day am I going to be doing the thing, right? I only say that, oh yeah, I'm going to be doing daily 10 consecutive pull-ups every single day. I'm not saying that I'm going to be doing it at 5 a.m. or like 10 a.m. or like 12 p.m., right? So this is problematic. Why? Because in reality, you know what? I procrastinate so much, right? I procrastinate. Yeah, even that I know what to do, I still procrastinate. Why? Because it's something that is hard, right? It's something that's painful, right? So you know what? I ended up like procrastinate this thing until I do it at like 10 p.m. or maybe like nearly at midnight, right? It's really, really bad, right? It's not healthy for our health, right? So maybe like the next thing that I could fix from this thing is to just like set an alarm, like maybe like at 5 a.m. every single day to do the daily consecutive pull-ups every single day. So like whenever the alarm rings, well, that's the time for me to do the consecutive pull-ups, right? I don't have to spend the mental energy anymore to think, oh yeah, when am I going to be doing the thing? When am I going to be doing the thing? It's clear, 5 a.m. every single day. So yeah, I think that's it from me for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel that this video is helpful. Bye bye.